Good morning. It's 41.6 degrees at 4:12 in the morning on May 8th, day 35. I'm waking up.
Traveling beat with the earth beneath my feet. I will walk to the rhythm of a traveling beat.
Morning, guys. 5:52 in the morning, and excuse me while I check my watch. 40.6 degrees just leaving camp. All right, so there were 11 tents over here. We're gonna walk through a few more. Looks like at least 4 or 5. So that's 16. At least 16 tents. Just to say at least 16 people at camp. But luckily it's a nice big campsite, so we weren't tripping over each other, or waking each other up or whatever. There we go. You know what, let me get through this, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Just wanted to get past those tents to avoid waking anyone up with my blabber. Yeah, I slept okay last night. Frankly, I have been sleeping better, but last night just camped up kind of at the highest point in the prevailing sort of area, in the general area, and wind was just whipping. Luckily, it kind of calmed down right about the time I was waking up. So I was able to kind of like get breakfast and get packed and stuff without too terribly much problem. But yeah, it was like just snapping and popping and ripping the tent all around. I mean, it was all right. It was fine. But again, that Durston, man, it just wants a perfect pitch. If it doesn't have a perfect pitch, it'll snap and pop and flap and all sorts of things. And frankly, I just, I don't know if I don't have the knowledge, don't have the experience, or just don't have the patience to give it a perfect pitch every time. So I'm content enough to chalk it up as user error. Anyways, as I said, about 16 people at camp last night. People kind of meandering in all evening. But again, everyone was pretty spread out, so we weren't waking each other up or anything like that, bothering each other too terribly much or anything. There was only one other group that was kind of up and moving around and packing up when I left camp just now. That was 3 fellas I've heard called the Spaniards. I assume that means they're from Spain, but honestly, I haven't even met any of them yet, so perhaps I'll meet them later today. Speaking of later today, we have just about 19 miles or so to get to a road which I think is called 183, but I'm not certain. That is Hikertown, a very popular spot on the PCT. I guess there's some private property owner who's sort of like developed a bunch of buildings and just rents them out as like cabins, something like that. I don't really totally have my head around it. But the only snag with Hikertown is that if I'm being perfectly honest, its reputation has deteriorated somewhat in the past couple of years, and I think it no longer has the luster and allure which perhaps it once did. There's just alleged, I don't want to slander a place I've not yet seen, but alleged to be mice, alleged to be but a single power outlet, alleged to be no laundry, and while the owner seemed to be very nice, there's just kind of like a bit of like a money grab kind of vibe to it, people allege. There we go. That's nice. The crows are awake. So what it seems like people are doing instead is trying to grab a hitch east at that road and get over to a place called Weeville, Weevil, I think, which isn't much more than just a convenience store with a little grill in it. But apparently that grill is legit, and they have a butcher on site and a guy who makes his own spices, and they let you camp out back and blah, 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 blah. All that stuff. So I think the move for me, and part of the reason I'm waking up early, is because I don't have to beat the bear, I just have to beat the other hikers. I want to get down to 183, grab my resupply box from Hikertown, take a quick $5 shower there, stick out my thumb, try and get down to Weeville, and see what the situation is down there, get a burger. Probably camp at Weeville. I don't know. I don't totally have my head around the whole plan for the day, but I know it starts with 19 miles, so that's what I'm going to get to, and I will check in with you guys a little later. right, guys, it is 8:53 in the morning, 47.8 degrees, just a tiny touch over 9 miles into my day. It's day 35, time for a health update. I'm coming down off of Libre Mountain. I'm not really sure exactly how to pronounce that. I think it's L-I-E-B-R-E, Libre, perhaps, I'm not sure. And coming down towards a place called Horse Camp and a street called N2, as in November 2. Just about, almost a little touch under halfway to Hikertown for the day, but anyways, yeah, been a good day so far. Health update, let's see. First and foremost, really excited to update you guys about the finger. It is still wrapped up in a Band-Aid. I took a video this morning after I soaked it before I put on the ointment. So again, if you're averse to gross things, this is your warning, look away now. Yep, so this is my finger. You can see definitely still looks, as I was just kind of reflecting, I think it still looks banged up, it still looks injured, but it doesn't look infected, which to me is a huge improvement. I can deal with injury, but there's not much I can do on my own to deal with infection. So the infection is definitely subsiding. Again, I'm a good Boy Scout. I will not discontinue my regimen of antibiotics until I have exhausted its supply. So I got another few days, I don't really know, of antibiotics, and that's just fine. But I'm excited that it's getting a lot better. And frankly, I'll probably continue keeping it covered just to maintain the injury aspect of it and avoid any further infection. Yeah, so that's the finger. Again, I had mentioned a few blisters on my feet a couple weeks ago. Those, again, I won't mention again. They're gone, they're fine. No worries, no new blisters on either of my feet. That's fantastic. My right ankle, I had mentioned this, I think, a couple weeks ago. Still just a little tender, but honestly not as tender as it was when I first mentioned it a couple weeks ago. I've definitely noticed that unlike the CDT and the AT, this trail has a lot of sort of mountainside traverses where you're slicing along the side of a mountain, and most particularly when the uphill side of the mountain is on my right, the downhill side of my mountain is on the left. Then oh, someone's coming. You know what? I'm gonna turn off for a sec. I'll come right back. All right, sorry about that, guys. So I was describing uphill side of the mountain on my right, downhill side of the mountain on my left. That is when the right ankle feels the most acute sort of discomfort, which is actually a phenomenon I've heard described and shared by many hikers on trail. So I think that just kind of is what it is, but happy it's not causing me any tremendous grief, at least at the moment. Other sort of health stuff, man, yesterday with all that poodle bush, I really can't for the life of me tell whether this is just psychosomatic or legitimate, but I swear my lungs feel tender today. That's a strange thing to say, but like when I cough, I can feel like a sort of heat and I don't know what, like a sort of heat and discomfort. I mean, frankly, it feels like I have something going on in my lungs. I'm not sure whether that could be the result of poodle bush or what. It's a new symptom I'm not at all excited about, particularly considering that I'm dropping down into a distinctly windy section of trail where they're forecasting like 35-40 mile an hour gusts for the next several days, the entire time I'll be going through it. So if my lungs are not uncomfortable right now, which they are, I'm quite sure that that malaise will be exacerbated over the coming days. So not thrilled about that, just kind of hoping for the best. Aside from that, that is it really for health stuff. I feel like I've been sleeping better. I feel like I've been trying to force down more food. Got to get better at that too. I have not been drinking a ton of water. I've been drinking far less water than I'm used to, but again, I think the past week or so has been decidedly wetter than standard. So, well, whatever. Okay, moving on to gear stuff. Still got to get better at pitching my Durston, but you know, she'll be right. I also ordered a ton of gear to a town, whatever, a little while forward, sort of generally Kennedy Meadows area. I ordered some Salomon Quest 4 boots. I ordered some Rab gaiters. I ordered a brand new set of crampons because I was not thrilled with my K10s from Catula. I ordered the Black Diamond Contact crampons. These are the same ones Rabbit had, and they looked pretty impressive. He said he liked them, so that's good enough for me. They are considerably heavier, but if they work better, that's really what I need. So ordered those. I don't know, there's probably one or two other things. Oh, a little crampon bag. I ordered a snow shovel. My goodness, I kind of went crazy. Not like the sort of snow shovel you'd use on your driveway, but like a backpacking one. I think it was a BCA is the brand. BCA T1 or 1T or something like that. So all that stuff to add to the pile of junk I'm gonna have to gather up if and when I do decide to get into the Sierra straight away. Aside from that, any other gear notes? Oh, today's my very last day with this pair of shoes. I should have waiting for me right now down in Hikertown a brand new pair of my Topo Trail Ventures. These are the 2.0s. And I'll just opine for a moment that these version 2s are really, really, really nice. I was deeply concerned about them, but just because it was a change, I don't like change. But frankly, they've done great. They've held up, I think, even longer and better than the Trail Venture 1s. So big shout out to Topo, because they actually seem to have improved their shoe in the second model, which is not something that can be said of all shoe manufacturers. So super excited to see my new Topos. I will have a special little surprise once I see them that I'll share with you guys. I mean, it's not that exciting a surprise, but it's exciting for me anyways. That's it. I will continue hiking, get down to Hikertown. I'll talk to you guys later.
There's no one like you, my little girl. Your eyes so blue under those brown curls. Soon you're on your way. Promise me that you know the world is yours. Strike them with your glow. Go on now, be good, be fine. Live your life, dream big, don't forget to be kind. Live, it's your life. Rocks are meant to be picked up and thrown. New ideas can be pleasantly overgrown. But you know where to go if you follow that heart. One step at a time, we all play our part. Go on now, be good, be fine. Live your life, dream big, don't forget to be kind. Live, it's your life. Go on now, chase your dreams, every scene. Go on now, be good, be fine. Live your life. Live your life.
Man, if you've been watching my videos, you know, man, it's always a white pickup truck, dude. That was Ivan, a guy who's hiked, I don't know what, he said 64 different countries. Anyways, I got down here to Weeville. I did pass through Hikertown, took a quick shower, grabbed up my resupply. Now I'm here at Weeville. I'm gonna keep these wheels turning, but I'll catch you up in a little. Yes.
Hey, thank you guys.
All right, guys. Not really sure of the time. Not really sure of the temperature. Doesn't really matter. I'm over here at Weeville Market, which is where I'll be spending the night. Gonna give you a quick little tour. Yeah, so I did swing by Hikertown. I forget if I already updated this. Did swing by Hikertown and grabbed up 2 resupply boxes, which had a new pair of shoes, some new pair of sun gloves, plus even more food. So I wound up by the time I got to Weeville here, I had like 7 days of food, and Tehachapi is like 3 days away. So luckily, Altitution and them swung through, and I was able to dump off some of my extra food with him, and hopefully I'll grab it from him in Tehachapi, and if not, it's totally not the end of the world. It definitely beats carrying it. Show you a quick little tour. So back behind this fence, you can see some camping. Hey, just drinking some apple juice, no worries. There's my little, that will be my bunk down there in the poncho per usual. A couple guys got a couple tents pitched up already. So this place is super amazing. Super amazing. Really good burger. Super friendly folks. Amazing Wi-Fi too, which is awesome. And I've just been hanging out here for hours now. And as I said, I'm gonna camp here tonight, and I'm going to just kind of lazily get myself out of here tomorrow. I'm not super concerned about it. There is no sort of like formal shuttle, so it might just be hitching, or it might be trying to like yogi a ride from one of the employees, which I've seen happen a couple times in the few hours that I've been here. Let's go in, I'll give you a quick tour. You'll see sort of the grill off on the left, 3 little booth tables, sort of like classic 70s booth tables, and then the rest of the sort of convenience store off to the right. Let's take a look. So that's the spot. Again, I want to respect people's privacy, but anyways, I'm going to get to processing and uploading and all that business, and then hopefully bunk up. Oh, fantastic selection of wrap snacks here. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, that's it. I will talk to you guys. Yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Live your life, dream big, don't forget.